Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to show you what's been going on lately and catch you guys up with maybe some of my plans for next year. So I am using my Hobinichi 2025 weeks and my Sterling ink notebook that I've been keeping up with you guys on this channel quite a bit, but I've been slacking because my life's been hectic and I've been really tired. So I flipped over to the previous page that I left off on, and we're just going to go ahead and quickly flip through all this. I don't have enough time or energy to explain it all, but maybe this kind of gives you guys ideas of how to use the back pages in your weeks or your notebooks or your planner. So here's September, and this is kind of short because sometimes everything just gets so busy that I cannot keep up with my dailies. I didn't even do my goals on this page, but that's fine. So I'm just going through some of these. I did do a video on one of my brainstorming, I believe, the last video I uploaded. I'm so sorry, guys, it's been a minute. This page, yes, and how I worked it all out and used an empty page to fill in like a brain dump and then try to schedule it out. So this has been really fun. I love this book. It's kept me sane and it's been both functional and creative. So we're getting into October. I attempted a week's layout again, but I didn't keep up on that. And I went right back to my dailies, and surprisingly, I did a lot of dailies this month. And there's been times where you'll see, like, I go back to other pages and fill them out more, but mostly I was writing, like, as if journaling every day and taking notes and expressing my ideas where I need to. It's been really fun actually this month to keep up in this book. I did a lot better than I did in September and until this page. But this is where I left off in here, and then it goes right into all my beautiful blank pages that I have left for the rest of the year. I'm getting excited and nervous because I know I'm excited to move out of this book, but I'm also gonna miss it. In my Hobinichi weeks I have here, this is the spring edition. I don't share this very often because it has a lot of my personal stuff in here and sometimes my work stuff in here, so I try not to overshare this one on my YouTube channel very often. And I am surprised with how many blank pages I have in the back here, but honestly, with my Sterling ink notebook, it kind of makes sense. But I'm hoping that next year, if I decide to use the back pages in my 2026 planners, then I'm hoping I can actually fill them all out. And I wanted to introduce you to the first one I'm committed to. It is the Hobinichi cousin. I did pick out the Hobinichi Han already and showed that on my channel, but I have never technically had tried out the cousin. And then, of course, we have my Kimbor 2026, which I have definitely, I believe I've showed you guys this for my 2026 lineup, but I'm going to probably use this one to document either what I do in the Hobinichi weeks now, like my work and personal that I don't share very often. I'm not quite sure yet. But getting back into the cousin, I am probably going to film a video and flip through what I have going in this one. I did start it already, and it's mainly because I wanted to showcase the paper quality for those interested in getting the any Hobinichi really, but getting the paper quality from the Japanese company this year and showing you what it's like with different media. So I'll do that one hopefully next week for you. And I also am going to eat my own words because I said I wasn't going to do Hobinichi this year, and boy oh boy, I feel like I just dived into the entire ecosystem. I just received this in the mail yesterday, I believe it was, and oh my goodness, this compared to the one I'm using now. So this is my spring standard versus the 2026 weeks mega. And honestly, I'm a sucker for the week size. Like, so pushing myself into using the cousin instead of the week size is going to be kind of a challenge, but I'm really excited because of how much I filled out the Sterling Ink book this year. I started this book in June, and I do believe I'm completing the entire year in that one. So this is what I have going on, and it seems like a lot in front of us right now, but I'm just so excited about the choices I've made, and I'm hoping that it does work out. I do not really love it if I buy some planners and I don't end up using them as much as I thought I would, but I'm gonna do my best and just stick it out and commit to these planners as best I can. I'm so excited about the week size because for quite a few years I've been doing really well in this size of planner. So I believe I started in 2023. Yeah, I think that's right. And then I had three books for 2024, which I was, really trying to get into the collection of the Hobinichi weeks and test them all out. So I do have the Kimbor sized weeks stacked on the right side here, and then on the left are most of my Hobinichi weeks. I do have one more I just couldn't find. So I should have a total of 9 week size planners. And funny enough, I was so afraid to use the Hobinichi that I had to sell the very first one I ever bought because I was too intimidated. And then I switched over to this Kimbor weeks, and I felt so much more. And I don't know why that is. I just felt more comfortable in the Kimbor at that time. And because I ended up loving it so much, I decided to give the Hobinichi a whirl, and that's when I switched from the 2023 Kimbor to the Hobinichi. In 2024, I did pick up two megas. There's the sneakers and the regular. And this is the first Hobinichi mega I had, and I really loved this planner. So much so that I thought it was like I was too obsessed with it, so I made myself put it away. That is so weird. I wish I hadn't have done that because I was really enjoying this planner, and there were so much more pages I could have had more fun in. This one I actually used. I was curious about what the sneaker weeks was like, and I've been using it more as like a spiritual book. I can still use this one, and honestly, I'm so glad I pulled this off my shelf because I might jump back in here, especially like right now. I've been planning on having some spiritual time, and this book just gives me all the vibes that I'm looking for to rededicate to my spiritual practice. And I just love the spreads that I have in here, so I might have to keep this one out for a little bit. I have so many pages in the back that I could use. So this one might be adding to my 2025 lineup. And so 2024, I also started with this, I believe it was a standard weeks. And this one was the spring edition, which I realized I really need like a pick me up during the springtime. It's just one of my favorite times of year, and I had a blast in this. And ever since then, I've been picking up the January start and the spring start of the Hobinichi weeks lineups, and I'm really satisfied with the size of this and how much I enjoy planning in here, or even like journaling if there are blank pages. I don't mind that aspect. I can always use them in the future, but they're so fun. I can see why people hype up Hobinichi so much, and I'm trying to remember why I said I wasn't going to use the Hobinichi this upcoming year because I lied to myself. Like maybe I was just trying to get away with switching to Sterling ink. And as much as I love her planners, there's just something about the Hobinichi and its cult following. There's just something beautiful here, and I think we need to remember all the extraordinary planners that are coming out now. Majority of them, anyway, are based off of the Hobonichi style, so this is a flagship company. What can I say? Now that I've kind of gone off on a cute little Hobonichi tangent, I'm going to go ahead and open up my 2026 Mega Weeks in this strawberry milk color. And then we're going to flip through this one and compare it to my Kimber 2026. So this feels similar to my 2024 Weeks edition. They're both like a linen type of fill, and I don't remember if it's called paper something. There was some kind of name to this. If anybody remembers, would you please let me know? But from the style of the new book from 2026 and my spring 2024, they really feel extremely similar. Obviously, one's a mega and the other one's a standard, but I think that I'm going to really use this planner this year. I'm very excited about it. Compared to the Sneaker 2024 Weeks and the Mega 2024 that I already had, this is really, really interesting because I really loved my Sterling Ink notebook, and as thick as this is, I do believe supplementing what I was using for this year and using the Mega instead of the Standard for 2026 is actually a good idea. I've really enjoyed the repetition and habit of getting into my dailies, and although there's not 520 something pages in this, I will have plenty of pages. I think there was like 219 this upcoming year. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flip through this. We know how the Hobonichi looks, but you know what? What can I say? It's a classic. We're just gonna flip through the monthlies and then get into the weeklies. I'm sure you guys have never seen this before, but so many people do these, and even though we pretty much know the layout, the majority of us, it's just nostalgic to flip through a new book. Like, we just have to do it. Like, it's standard, I feel like. So let's check these pages out. I do believe it was 219. I'm surprised about these ribbons too. I thought one of them would have been purple, like the 2026 stamping that says it's like a dark, dark purple. And the ribbon is, one ribbon is silver and the other one is black. So I was really hoping that one of the ribbons would have been dark purple. Maybe I didn't look at it close enough, but we're getting into the note pages, and the paper quality feels amazing this year, and I have high hopes for it. And maybe that's just because I've already been playing with the Tomoe River paper. Okay, yeah, there is 219 pages in the Hobonichi Mega for 2026. And then you have your favorites pages, year 100. And these are interesting because this is a little different this year. It's memories. You have great food, new friends, fun times, and then a blank column. And then your little tips to help focus, your days to check off, and then again, the cute little folder in the very back. So I'm excited to get this going, but I still have to figure out how I'm going to use each of these week's books. This one is the Kimber. We're going to flip through this one as well. I just couldn't help it. This one's so cute with the bows in the front. I'm just such a bow girl. I really like the layout of this because it gives you more room to like track, and then you have your monthly pages, which is really nice. And then shortly after your monthly pages, this layout seems like it could be really good for goal planning or future planning. I love that there's this extra page. And then if you compare the Hobonichi weeks week layout to the Kimber weeks, you have more room, and I'm hoping this picks it up really good on my camera. But the Hobinichi Weeks is definitely still its beautiful cream color that it's been, and the Kimbor is a much brighter white page. And it just depends. Like, I love the cream because it's easy on your eyes, but the Kimbor does have the boxes that follow suit all the way down to the bottom of the page rather than having the Hobinichi quotes that it has. So when I'm opening these pages, I obviously notice that the paper is different. This is not the same paper, but it is thick enough that it should take a lot of different media. It only gives you 50 extra pages in the back, which is plenty for what I probably am going to be using this for. And then it goes into your schedule and some, I don't know what those boxes are. I can't remember. But these ones are like the checklist, and then all of this is in Chinese, so I couldn't even tell you what this says. But I'm pretty sure we can gather that most of these pages we can just not bother with. But oh my goodness, this color this year is just so pretty. The blue and the ivory. Oh, it's so cool. The difficulty opening this folder, maybe I should just get another Hobinichi Weeks folder to stick on wherever I want, but we'll see. So that's the 2026 Hobinichi Weeks and the 2026 Kimbor, and I am just so excited to share with you guys what's coming up for 2026. And I look forward to seeing down in the comments what you guys think about the Kimbor, the Hobinichi, the different sizes, the Mega, the Standard, the Sterling Ink, the Cousin. And if you're not using any of these, what are you using this year? Please leave it down in the comments below. And if you guys are really enjoying my content, please give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.